I mean, Iceland literally has 0 divisions, not even any planes. That's good job. I mean, they have literally, they've got no manpower to work with, but you know, they could at least churn a couple planes out. Okay, so we're going to quickly close this pocket here, and then that's going to help us because it's 4 less divisions for them. Still haven't been able to take London, but we have made significant pushes, so that's good. Okay, so after we were able to push down the southwest down here, we've been able to push up a little bit here in the north. We're in a much better position now, but we're still not 100% safe. So I am a little bit tempted to just push north and see, you know, as long as the casualties aren't too high, we could do that. The issue is I think they're going to start entrenching here fairly soon, and unless we can take London, we're never really going to have a chance at winning long term. We're going to go ahead and we're going to get some infantry anti-tank. And we need to take a new focus. I have just been leaving it to get some extra political power, so unless there's a focus that we really need, we'll just continue to do that. I mean, I do want to assume the naval burden, but I don't want to have to placate the Japanese, which is why I haven't done that. To get some more research in the air. I think I'll continue to just build up some political power for the moment, because we still need a couple more military staff. They've pulled all of their fighters out of the channel, and we're beating them in southern England. Okay, that's good. So we've got control of the air. Our navy, however, we've got 26% naval supremacy, and that's kind of why I really want to push north as soon as possible, because I'm worried that our fleet will go down to nothing, and then we won't be able to get any supply across the channel. There's 2 combats going on in the region. Our navy at the moment, you know, got 24 ships, if that. It's not going to last much longer, and they do seem to have landed here as well. I just noticed that. Okay, they've got no supply, that's fine. I wonder where, if these guys are going straight here. Alright, you guys stay here. You guys come in here and then here. And then that'll mop them up because they've got no supply. Okay, I'm putting a few more bombers in the channel, because I think they're the only reason. I think our Air Force is the only reason we haven't lost the entirety of our fleet yet, because we control the sky. Alright, as soon as this attack here is done, in fact, both this province and this province is attacking, so if we attacked now, then they're going to be pinned. So I'm going to try it. I'm going to put you to aggressive, put you to aggressive. Oh, this is going to cost me so many casualties. Alright, let's try it. Alright, so to begin with, we've got mostly red, but we'll see how it develops. So with heavy casualties to us, we have actually been able to make a little bit of a land grab. That's good. If we can push up to get all of, you know, effectively, the southern region of England is all we need. You know, Wales, Scotland, Northern Ireland, not so important. If we can take England, the UK will crumble. That's where the most of their industrial base is. Oh, look at that. Jesus. So we lost 1 light cruiser, 1 destroyer, but we took out 1 battleship and a heavy cruiser. Okay, that's a nice trade. So it's kind of complicated at the moment. There's a lot going on down here on the screen, but it looks like we are starting to make a successful push. We're failing to bomb them because I think a small portion of the American fleet's here. Christ, look at that. I mean, I don't understand how that works. So we had 11 submarines and 1 destroyer, which is basically the entirety of our navy that's left. I'm guessing they just didn't spot them and then they just torpedoed them, because I did put a ton of torpedoes into our sub. Oh my Jesus Christ. Oh no. I thought we'd taken out an American or British pride of the fleet. That's the German pride of the fleet, which... Oh, in real life, you know, the Germans' biggest ship, that's a whole story unto itself for people that are really into history. So I think we're at a point now where we've actually broken their front line. I don't think our divisions are stronger. I don't think our divisions are better. But I think, yeah, as you can see here, where there's a gap and they're trying to enforce it, I think we've managed to, like, cause enough of their men to retreat that their front line is broken and they're desperately trying to repair it. So this is a situation where, you know, if you were a player, you'd probably make a fallback line here to get some entrenchment for when they get to you. But, you know, they're not doing that. So I think if we take advantage of this and we really push, we might just be able to somehow... we'll see how far we can get. And we've done it. We've taken London. Yes, that's amazing. I didn't think we'd be able to do it, but we've done it. So as you can see now, the UK is like halfway to capitulating. I was a little bit worried there for a moment, I will admit. Like, for a long while we only had these provinces, I was genuinely concerned. I was like, oh, this is not going to go well. I don't think we can do this. We can't win a war of attrition. And we haven't won yet. But with the way we're going at the moment, the fact that we have taken London, that's a huge step for us. What I'm noticing now is we're destroying a lot of American ships with port strikes. Like, this is the second or third set of port strike reports where we have destroyed a couple ships, 2 destroyers and 1 heavy cruiser for 1 destroyer. So the only thing I can imagine is either all the American ships are simultaneously going into British ports to repair, or they're, pulling out of the English Channel and going to their nearest port. I don't know. I think the AI might be a little bit not sure what to do because they are losing England. So we've got another naval victory where we've taken out 2 American destroyers, a heavy cruiser and a light cruiser. And all we lost was a submarine and some fighters, so that's another huge win for us. I don't understand how our Navy is doing so well, to be honest. The only thing I can imagine is it is all just the fact that they have pulled out all of their fighters from the English Channel. I'm not really sure why. So, while I was doing a Navy focus in this game, it looks like I have become one of the dominant air forces in the game. I got more fighters than the UK, nearly as many fighters as Germany, and nearly as many fighters as the United States. So it's going well so far. So what we're doing now is we're just taking advantage of the gaps in their line. Their line is retreating and breaking, and it's not been able to hold its ground because they haven't got any entrenchment organization. So we're just plowing into it, human wave style. We are losing a lot of men for it. We are taking a lot of casualties. But it is gaining us lands quite quickly, and once we can take out what's left of Wales and southern England, then we'll have 1 line here and we can slowly push up. We've done this not a moment too soon because look, I got 18 ships total. That's awful. We've got, and somehow we've still got 26% naval supremacy. I'm not quite sure how that works, to be honest. I think we're going to start on atomic research as well. So I didn't realise this, but apparently, apart from Cardiff, Wales has 0 supply. The entirety of Wales, apart from Cardiff, once you've taken Cardiff, they have no supply whatsoever. So all of these divisions here are now encircled. That's ridiculous. So you got a Mexican division, 17 UK divisions, another 5, another 1. So you've got like 25 divisions stuck in Wales. Once we've closed that pocket, that's basically GG for them then. So I think we might have just GG'd the United Kingdom. We've still got all these divisions here in Wales that are cut off. We've got about 25 in here that have no supply. And we've just been able to take this port in East Anglia. And so you've got another 26, about 40 divisions with no supply now. So this is the point, where you would think Paradox would introduce some kind of DLC to where you could organize like a trade, where you could say to them, look, I'll give you about these 40 divisions if you give me this territory, or we have a white peace for this time, or give me these fighters, because I don't know how good these divisions are, but there's a couple 100,000 men in here. In real life, you would do anything to get those back. But yeah, we've cut them all off. So once we've closed those pockets, I think that's kind of GG for the United Kingdom. We'll look at how much manpower they've got now. 70 to 80,000. Well, okay, no. If we look at the losses they've got now, they've lost 3.48 million and 1.2 to us. We'll check back at that in a minute. I reckon that's going to skyrocket. Okay, so we've now closed both pockets. The East Anglia one fell before the Welsh one. And if we look at their casualties, so in Wales they lost 187,000 men to the encirclement. And in East Anglia, they lost 115,000 manpower and then another 176,000 manpower. So that's around 480,000 men we just killed. That's ridiculous. That's nearly 500,000 men we just killed. The bodies alone on that would form a hill. That is a unbelievable amount of men to encircle and kill. I think realistically that's probably GG for the United Kingdom. I doubt they'll have any manpower after that. We just wiped out nearly 400,000 men. Yeah, so I think that's kind of it for the United Kingdom. I don't see them being able to replace those divisions anytime soon. So now that those encirclements are closed, we're actually going to stop our push. You know, we lost a huge amount of men while doing it. If we go and look at our naval ledger as well. So as you can see, we lost 222 ships. They've lost 520. So that's kind of huge. Yeah, if you look at the convoys, just hundreds of convoys we've sunk. You know, that's probably a lot of manpower we've sunk as well. So I've noticed that we've been continuously naval bombing this port in Hull here, and we've actually just destroyed a battle cruiser and a battleship. It's, you know, maybe the 10th, 12th naval bomb they've done, so we are just losing all of our bombers to it. But geez, that's pretty good. I'm guessing like a huge part of the Royal Navy is still here, although it looks like some of them have pulled out because there was more there. So I'm kind of in a position now where I want to push and take out the rest of Northern England, but I'm not sure we can. So what I've been doing is I've just been bombing them with planes to all hell. You know, we've got 1,000+ bombers here. We have lost quite a few of them. There was more. You know, but we're slowly wiping out all their fighters. And then I think once all their fighters are gone and we've got 100% air support, then we'll be able to push no problem. It is happening. It's just slowly taking time. So I'm putting up fighters as we get them. But at the moment, we can't. It doesn't seem that we can break their line at all. So they've just tried a human wave assault where they're just actively pushing into us at the moment. So what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to wait for this initial push to end, wait until they've got low organisation, and I'm going to counter push back against them. As you can see, you know, we have air superiority and we have air support. And then not only that, we've actually been bombing them quite a lot. Although the ratio is still not great because our fighters are very low tech because we focused on Navy tech. But, you know, we're bombing their buildings, we're bombing their troops, we're bombing their ships, they're losing their fighters. I think, you know, we've got this because we can hold the air. Why we can hold the air, I'm not sure. I don't know where their air force is. It must be somewhere. But it's not in the channel, it's not here. And there's like only a couple thousand planes here. So I started the counter push and initially it wasn't going well. But then it appears the Germans have been able to break this province. And now this part of the line is cut off. It is a port, so they are still supplied, but they are cut off nonetheless. And now because of that, we're able to push and break their line here. So, while costly, I think we should be able to push here. And it looks like their navy has left Hull now, but we just bombed another battleship and 2 more heavy cruisers. Okay, and I didn't realise it, but apparently the United Kingdom was really close to capitulating. I thought you needed to take basically I thought you had to take a lot more to get them to capitulate, but they have capitulated. And what's nice is it's actually our leader that has announced it rather than the Germans, which tends to happen. Anton Mussert has announced today that the cowardly British nation could no longer withstand the presence of the overwhelming presence of the Dutch forces throughout the country. The British government chose to flee the country and has gone into exile. Their main forces have capitulated, and Leo Bulgas is now in control of their home area. Though the war against what remains of the Allies continues elsewhere, this is a great victory for all of the Axis. So we got about 7,000 trucks, 7,000 guns, and then 18. Christ. So we're not going to struggle for stockpile of anything. We've got another ace pilot. So what we want to do now is we want to quickly train a garrison force with what little manpower we have left. I'm going to use cavalry just because they should train quicker and they're more mobile, and also the resistance is going to be a pain in the ass as well. Okay, well I'll train 24 for now purely because I don't know if we can sustain any more with our current manpower. And then we'll ship them over here and then hold it, because the last thing I want is to have to take all of it again because they've naval invaded me. So it appears that the Americans had about 24 divisions up here already when the UK capitulated. So we're now desperately running up there to try and kick them out before they can get any kind of, suitable foothold. So we were able to push up in time before they were able to get any kind of significant holding. And it looks like we're about to destroy 20 American divisions. They do have a port here, and it's not even a bad port, but I don't think they have any kind of navy here either because they've got 1 supply. So I'm guessing they just have, I don't know. They've only got 1 supply, even though there's, a big navy on their side there. So I don't know, man. What I might do is if they flee into the sea rather than being encircled and cut and destroyed, then I'll send a bunch of planes into the sea to bomb them. So it looks like, I mean, these guys, realistically, the best thing for them to do would be to go for this port and just leave. Looks like they're not going to do that, and so a lot of them probably will be encircled because we are just pushing as quickly as we can. So we closed the pocket, and despite the fact they had a port here, for whatever reason they didn't flee, and instead they were encircled. And as such, they have lost 179,000 manpower. It hasn't really made, 150,000 casualties isn't going to be a huge dent to them. But, it's a win for us. And there we go. Britain has capitulated, and we just need to garrison everything. So what we're doing is we're training 24 divisions that will come and garrison them. They're now ready. So we will deploy them, and we'll try and ferry them across the channel without being destroyed. We'll just put our entire air force here, and then our navy should be fine. So we've now actually got 72% naval supremacy because they pulled out most of their fleet. So where are these 24 divisions? All right, you come here. Just garrison the ports to start with. Right, now what I'll do is I don't want them to get bombed when they head over to the channel. So temporarily, I'm just going to put our entire air force in the channel, because the last thing I want is a battleship to, sneak its way into the channel when I'm not looking and destroy all those divisions as they head over. But if they do that now, they might still get our divisions, but it'll, at the very least, destroy the ships. What I am going to do actually is I'm actually going to lower our French occupation policy to gentle, because we already have 72 military police divisions running around their territory getting rid of resistance, so we should be able to deal with that. And I'll do that for Luxembourg and Belgium as well, because we don't actually have any resistance there, I don't think, because we do have cores on them. Alright, we'll go ahead and research rocket engines, because why not? We're not going to join the Soviet war. Although we could. Now that we've dealt with Great Britain, we could deal with the Soviets. I don't think it's really worth it. I mean, they're going to capitulate in 2 days. So maybe we get something. Yeah, okay, we'll go to war with them. And maybe we'll get, one province in the deal. Ask for control of state. What state are they going to give me? Right, let's join your... I'm already in that war. Huh. Okay, this is the Soviet war. Right, we're just building some civilian factories in the Dutch East Indies as well. What I really want to do is just really hunker down all of our divisions here, because the last thing I want to do is lose it again and have to fight them again if they re-invade. The United Kingdom is not completely gone by any means. They've got all their colonies and everything, but they have been significantly weakened. I mean, we're vastly stronger than them now, in every regard. Their navy is still kind of concerning though, and they've still got a decent air force. So I kind of thought it wouldn't happen because we were a member of the Axis, but Japan has now actually declared war on us because we didn't do that focus to placate them, which is kind of annoying because I have nothing over here to help defend. All I have over here is these 24 divisions. Okay. I'm just worried about I don't have any navy over here. So Japan's got a pretty big navy. They can just convoy raid everything I've got. And I don't have any, my navy, it's being rebuilt, but it's been effectively completely destroyed. I have 30 subs, 6 destroyers, and 5 light cruisers. That's it. That's the entirety of my navy, and I need that to control the British Isles so I can take out what's left. Now, the only silver lining we have got is we have called in the rest of the Axis. So, we've got Germany, Turkey, Italy. Hopefully, they'll just kind of do it all for me. If you look, the Soviets are, days away from capitulating. So when that happens, Germany should assume all of this territory here, which means they'll have a front line with Japan. I kind of just can't really worry about it at the moment because I'm just focusing on taking out Ireland and to finish off the British Isles to secure it.